Up next, change is always a challenge in business.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. In business, the conditions and indeed the entire commercial landscape can change rapidly. Now, as an entrepreneur, a solution is to innovate with the times and maybe even transform your business. In our last installment of Passion to Business, we find out how photographer Charlie Lim managed to stay ahead in his industry.
Put it by the side. Okay, stop. Good.
I was very interested in photography because it instantly gives me the image that I created a moment ago.
Touching, 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 touching. Dashing, dash it.
Photography itself gives me instant answer. Whether it's good, bad, did I capture the right moment, did I capture at the right time, right subject.
Charlie Lim has been a professional photographer since the late 1980s. And over the decades, he's taken countless photographs. But he still remembers the very first picture he took with his camera.
When I first bought my camera in the 70s, it's already the tail end of the era in Singapore that where the Sansui woman and all those old ladies, the pigtail, grandma with pigtail. So I feel that I should capture them, record them.
To fulfill his passion for photo taking, Charlie took up studies in advertising art and commercial photography. Upon graduation, he started working for a small agency. 5 years later, he decided to strike out on his own.
I think I was about 30. That was my dream. By then I already had my basic equipment and also enough experiences to handle a lot of commercial work.
Armed with limited savings but unlimited determination, Charlie Lim found himself 300 square feet of office space and set up his photography studio.
I only have 1,200 in my pocket. Taking friend as a client, taking friend as a supplier. That's all. So that's why today friendship is very important for me because it means a lot. Because they are my supplier, they are my client, and I work in between. That's all I started.
Charlie was a one-man operation then, and he worked 15 hours a day. Unable to cope with the amount of business coming in, he started hiring. Over the next decade, he built up a staff of 6. Then the business landscape started to change.
IT came in and changed our lifestyle, our business structure, everything is all changed. So that's where I became more serious with my innovation and transformation the last 12 years. And I managed to transform it.
It was in the early 2000s when Charlie realized he needed to innovate to survive. Then came the idea of light paintography, which was inspired by 2 oil paintings he saw.
I was very impressed because I really love the way it's being painted. It's so real and so nice and so attractive. So I asked myself, how can I become one of these artists? But I know I cannot paint like what is being painted on the wall. But I have my light machine in the office, light brush. I bought Ariel Jones Hostmaster in the 80s. And I asked myself, why don't I maximize what I have? How am I to develop my light brush? I still take it as a brush, although it's just a fiber optic light. But how do I transform and turn that into a brush that I can illuminate person? So how do I transform that into a Rembrandt drawing? And that was my challenge. I'll pay you the top slide.
After 6 years of experimentation, Charlie perfected the technique. It came at a cost of about $30,000, which went into creating a special light brush. To protect his trade secret, Charlie has declined to let us film the process of how he creates his light paintography. This is the result, a masterful interplay of light and shadow.
Today, I believe that I'm the only one who can create in 30 seconds with a torchlight. I'll paint you, inverted commas, to paint you like a Rembrandt drawing.
Innovation helped turn his photography business around. Now it was the turn of his advertising design business, which also needed to be transformed.
When I talk to new clients like the interior designers and the architect and some homeowners, I realize that sometimes the question is, I don't know what to do with the wall. And I realize that I'm able to complement what they need by using my experiences in all the advertising, design, graphic, and photography and production knowledge and all that.
Charlie created his own designs from his own stock image library that holds all the photos and designs he's done over the past 30 years.
These three fish is painted by my father in charcoal in the 1950s. I added some tone onto his drawing and to make it more unique and more impactful, in other words.
From there, his wall design business started to grow. And this is a wall design that Charlie created for a condo.
My inspiration came from the surrounding. To complement what is around here, I thought a reflection. I thought the canoeing or kayaking. Orange is because it's in the morning sun here. My past images, and then we recreate in Photoshop to come up with this idea. And I thought it was very appropriate.
And his biggest contract to date is a design for National University Hospital's pediatric clinic. For Charlie, his love for his work is not just about generating income. It comes from passion and a curiosity for his work.
You must have love for what you want to do, and I never take it as a work. I take it as a hobby, as an experimental art, if you ask me.
Charlie has another passion, martial arts. To do well in martial arts or in business, the underlying philosophy is the same, he says. It's all about the mind, body, and spirit.
To me, these three elements cannot separate. For a young businessman, you must have the mind. That means your vision. What you want to do, idea of what you want to succeed, how far you want to go. That is your vision. Then your body must move. You cannot sit there. So your body must come in, take action, do what you need to do, and see how far you can go. Look back and see whether you are right or wrong. Go forward again, and then fail again, doesn't matter, but just move on. And then the third part is the spirit that you must have. You must be committed. You must have the enthusiasm.
That's our program for this week. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you've missed any of our past episodes or you have questions or comments, drop us a line. You'll find us at cna.asia/MoneyMind, and we're also on Facebook. I'll see you same time next week.